So common mistakes business owners make. I've worked with hundreds of business owners over the years, and we find that it's not the financial issues that cause business owners the most trouble and cause them to not succeed. I've found that small business owners can generally get the financials. It's the non-financial learning and understanding that I think is the greatest weakness for a lot of small business owners seeking to grow from that startup phase all the way into the 50 to even $100 million stage. The first big mistake that I see business owners make is when they're getting into business, they really don't have a vision of what they want to get out of it. Most people jump into business because they're good at something. They went to school for it, or they had a career in that, and they thought, you know what, I can do this better than this person who's hiring me. And they jump out, they see an opportunity, they have an idea, they have a skill set, and they think, great, now I'm going to start a business. And the challenge with that is that basically they become a self-employed worker instead of an employee for somebody else. Beyond that, a lot of business owners really don't know what they're getting into. And so they stumble along and they get a bit more demand and they land another customer and, I need to hire employees. And so they add on, they build this team hodgepodge. And before long, 5 years have passed and they've got a team of 20, 25, maybe 50 people, but they're really lacking vision. But the ones who really have the potential to succeed and to make this a multi-million-dollar business down the road, they've got about 80% of that intuition of the good things that they need to do. They even have some team building, some management. But what I really find they struggle with first and foremost is this vision. Where do they want to go? What do you want out of business? If you don't know your destination, if you don't know where you're going, any road will do. And so I find a lot of business owners, they come and they find me out at this stage where they've been wandering around for a while in this wilderness of really indecision and lack of clarity around their vision. And so what I'd encourage on this first point, stop, sit down, and imagine yourself 5 years, 10 years down the road. Where do you actually want to be? Do you want to build a business? Do you want to make a lot of money? Or do you want to just have a small crew, have a reasonable work-life balance, make a good amount of money, and focus your time elsewhere? What is it that you want in life? I think if you can define that, if you can really cut that down and see where it is you want to be, that's really the first step in designing a business around where you want to go. The second mistake that I see business owners make really ties to the first, this lack of vision. The problem is they've spent all this time, be it in school or in their career, learning this skill set that they want to bring to the table, but they've never actually studied business. And they hire someone, they get on LegalZoom, they go start a business, and they get going. What they fail to understand is that every single successful entrepreneur has at some point become a student of business. And there is a lot to learn. I have a bachelor's degree in business management. I have a master's degree in accounting and financial management. And I would say that I use maybe 5% of what I learned in university in my current work as an entrepreneur, as a CFO, as an accountant, as a leader of business owners. The problem with our education system is that, with few exceptions, most of the teachers, their profession is a teacher. They are not professional entrepreneurs. They are not themselves business owners. They have studied business owners, they have studied entrepreneurship, but they have never entered into it themselves. And so they're passing along secondhand goods. They're passing along this book knowledge that doesn't have a grounding in reality. Most of what I've read that's come out of universities targets this $100 million to $500 million range, right? They're dealing with those who've been really successful in the corporate world. They're dealing with generally executives who have developed themselves in a business. They're not actually dealing with that founder, that first generation startup founder. See, and the challenges that you face from startup all the way up to 50 to 100 million are completely different than the challenges you're going to face if you hit that 100 million and go beyond that. And so what I find is that a lot of business owners struggle because even if they studied business in university like I did, they're struggling applying some of these principles to what's really going to help them grow at that fledgling stage and you're into this $5 to $25 million range. So here's what I want to challenge you to do. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you're a founder of a company, if you are leading a company as its owner or as a partner at this early stage, in the sub 50 million range, you need to become a student of expert entrepreneurs. You need to gather around yourself the experts. The wonderful thing about the age we live in is that just about everybody who's anybody has written a book. See, this entrepreneur who shares all of his secrets in his book, and then he goes on TED Talk and he gives you 18 minutes and condenses all of that book down into that concentrated knowledge, right? We have access to an immense amount of hugely successful entrepreneurs, right? We need to become students of business. And the best way to do that isn't to go back to school. It's to surround yourself with excellent minds through the books and videos of the best entrepreneurial thinkers of our day. But the third thing that I want you to do is don't just keep it at book knowledge. I want you to reach out to entrepreneurs around you, and not just the ones who are maybe in your space where you're at. I want you to reach out to those who have stepped beyond you. Maybe they're in that next tier. You're hitting 5 million, they're hitting 10. Right? I want you to reach out to those people, and I want you to start rubbing your shoulders against them. I want you to start spending time with them. You start a group, get on the phone with some of these people, ask them how they develop their business to where they're at today. And beyond this, every small business owner, every medium-sized, every CEO of a Fortune 500 company, they need a business coach. I know for me and my development, both personally, as a leader and as an entrepreneur growing my business, the coaching that I've received was absolutely crucial. You need someone in your life who can look into your life, who can point out the obvious things that everyone around you who has intuition and who has that entrepreneurial experience can see, but that you're blind to. We all have blind spots. I don't care how good you are, you have blind spots. And we need people to reflect that back to us and coach us and encourage us and challenge us, hold us accountable to doing the right things. So those are the common mistakes that small business owners make. First, you need vision. You need to know where you want to go. You need to know what you want out of your business. Second, you need to become a student of business. You have no excuse. Go on Amazon and find these best books. Figure out what you're struggling with in your business and go find the expert who has written the book, literally written the book to solve that problem. You do not need to reinvent the wheel, and you do not need to continue to struggle with these things that you don't know about your business. Go buy the book and read and figure it out. Now I'll tell you what, I didn't know where to start, which is why I've got over 1,000 business books in my Kindle library. I didn't know the best resources, so I just went out and started reading, started getting recommendations, and started going at it. If you want the top 10 books that I think every entrepreneur should start with, I just want you to go ahead and click in this link below. No shenanigans, no nothing. I just want you to take that and read through those books. Let me know what you think. If you have a book that's your favorite that's not on that list, show me down in the comments below. And then third, you need to begin surrounding yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs. You need multiple people in your life, from entrepreneurs to business coaches to simply friends, to surround yourself with, who are going to challenge your thinking and who are going to press you forward to become a better business owner. This is the very reason we've put together our business mastermind group. We want to help educate and challenge business owners, but also help business owners collaborate with one another. We want to bring business owners together so that we can learn together, we can sharpen each other in our business and all grow and develop more, to be more successful and build more valuable and profitable businesses. If you like this video, Subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell. That really helps us out, helps us reach more business owners. And if you have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to follow up on, throw us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to respond to those comments, either in the comments below or with other videos.